Charlotte. Hello, Charlotte. What's up?
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons.
Uh-huh.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
So, your life in London?
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
I'm a vampire. I'm physically incapable of blushing.
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
Uh-huh. What do you do here?
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night, since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Yeah.
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Okay. I mean, good.
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really?
Who's Emmeline
Oh.
Pankhurst?
Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
Okay, that was a actual person, wasn't it? Oh, it would have been better if I knew who that was, and I probably would be more impressed, but I don't know who that was. I'm guessing she works for allowing women, I mean, she campaigned for women to vote,
How are the
be able to
locals
vote.
reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too.
Uh-huh.
She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm
No.
afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
We'll see.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life.
Uh-huh.
I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see? And one day, I'll have my death to face.
Oh yeah, she's bitter because Elizabeth is, I mean, her mother isn't letting her be a vampire.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
I mean, maybe. What if I'm unable to control my feeding urges for blood?
Perhaps it's wise for a mortal never to totally trust a vampire. Your mother herself told me that we Ekon are creatures of deception. Maybe it's because we seem so alive.
That may be true for a naive girl, but I have the best teacher when it comes to getting rid of an insistent immortal.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Okay. Wait, we don't have one hint? Yeah, we don't have one hint.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How is it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Why do you still hope to become a vampire in spite of your mother's refusal?
It's the immortal aspect of vampires that interests me. The world won't improve unless women take charge. I'm convinced of that.
You're obviously a clever woman with a good education and a brilliant future. But have you thought about the price you'd have to pay? The loneliness, the necessary masquerade.
Is it not true of every high position? To change this world and make it a better place, one needs time on one's side.
Fair, but then again, if you wanted to be a vampire in politics, you would probably be killed because people would realize something's up. Unless you were like some kind of grey eminence, pulling strings from the shadows.
Tell me, Charlotte, how do you plan to achieve eternal life, since you've obviously given it a lot of thought?
I won't give up. You have no idea how determined I am, sir. I may contract a deadly disease. I may throw myself under a carriage just to be saved by her sweet kiss.
That's a disturbing answer, young lady. And the worst part of it is, I know you speak the truth.
There are less dangerous ways, Doctor. Instead of throwing myself under a horse like Emily Davison, I could just throw myself into your arms.
This is probably flirting with her. Sure.
Be careful what you wish for, young lady. I could gaze at you right now and then take you to a shady corner and have my way with you.
Oh.
And leave your carcass to the rats.
You wouldn't dare. My mother would know. She'd never forgive you.
How could she suspect me? Do you know how many vampires
Oh,
are
okay,
lurking
that's
in
not
this
flirty.
city
That's
tonight as
actually
we speak?
pretty bad.
Vampires with a worse sense of humor than mine.
Oh, my God. For one second, I thought you actually... Excellent, Dr. Reed. Very convincing.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do it until we get to level 5, yeah. Oh, we would be able to do it. I guess that makes sense, since she would be, kinda on the guard against being manipulated by a vampire.
Your mother has refused to turn you into a vampire. Tell me more about it.
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy, rather than become melancholy and immortal.
Uh-huh.
She claims you can't have one without the other. It's pure selfishness.
I mean, don't you trust her?
Your mother has walked this earth for much longer than you or I. She is wise, and we should not ignore her advice when we disagree with it.
But why shouldn't I be allowed to forge my own experience? There can't be only one righteous way to deal with eternity.
It's your mother's choice. As daughters and sons, we have to accept the decisions our parents make for us despite our own wishes.
I love my mother, and have accepted everything from her. Even that she named me Charlotte, when it was not my original name.
Does it bother you?
No. Whoever I was when I was born, I am now Charlotte Ashbury. It hurts as much as it makes me proud to know that's the name my mother will read on my tombstone.
She doesn't look very happy about that, but okay.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Okay, so we got 3 hints from her, and we got 200 experience points. That's actually pretty good.
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected. Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
That's
I must
very
admit,
nice how
it's
you
good
have
to
her.
receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble shop.
I may...
What do you sell? Oh, you do sell these ones. I want this. I mean, I could sell all of these, since we don't need these anymore. And I can sell all of these, since we also don't need these anymore. I think we have enough for these two. We could buy this, but this is not as important. We need one
Good
more.
evening, Dr. Reed. A great night, what?
How many hints can we get for you? 4. That's pretty nice. He's also level 5.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
I mean, it's false.
I'm afraid the newspapers are seriously underestimating the situation. Things are critical, believe me.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit? For the thrill of it?
I mean, why would we exaggerate it?
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
Finding a good restaurant? Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
Okay.
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
Oh, that's an investigation. Okay. Sure, I mean, there's many fascinating tables, like in the sewers in the dock district. They eat man flesh.
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
Makes sense.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir. This is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
Okay.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
Okay, and how about you?
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
London's lone gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Russell. I'm sure you'll take care of yourself.
Can I loot anything here?
The night is so peaceful.
No?
I understand exactly
It's
what
a shame.
it meant the other night.
Does this say? Porcelain, China. Wait, are you smoking? Okay. Hello. Who are you?
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my
Wait.
case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
Is he a vampire? Because he's got yellow eyes. I mean, he has level 3 mesmerism. I would expect someone who's a vampire to have it a little bit higher. Like Lady Ashbury is 20. Oh, he's sick. Okay.
Do you need medical assistance, Clarence?
It's a little late for visiting hours, don't you think?
What can I say? I haven't lost my old habits.
I hope we're talking about the same habits, old friend.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
Oh.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. With the epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny, I didn't want to sound selfish.
What is this new battle?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget.
Uh-huh.
They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
Oh no. Wait, we didn't get a hint? Okay, that's just his wife, huh?
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. And so many things have happened.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
Uh-huh. Is there trouble at home?
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
Okay.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Women of all countries unite!
There's some glowy stuff here.
Women's right to vote!
Warning leaflets. West Enders must unite. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them control you. They are among us. Be lost after your soul. Vampires are real. Defend your community. This public warning leaflet has been financed and distributed by Mr. C. Crossley. For more information, please contact him directly and attend his next public lecture. Hello, Drum. Dialogue wheel with the short text options. Guy with undercuts. People with worn suits. Palette 4 looks kinda different today. Yeah. I mean, in a way, yeah. Can you have this magnificent beard, though, in Fallout 4? You probably can. If not, you can just download a mod.
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
We did get a hint.
Clarence, why have you distributed leaflets about vampires all across the West End?
I have to warn everybody about them. They've killed thousands of people already, unnoticed thanks to the epidemic. We are all in danger here.
Vampires in London? Come on, Clarence. Who's going to
Yeah,
believe
there's no
that?
vampires
mad,
in
Jonathan.
London.
You have to believe me. I know they are real. They're all around us, even as we speak.
I believe you. Yeah, sure. I believe you believe.
Clarence, you've always been a reliable and a good friend to me. If you say you saw a vampire, then I believe you.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you for your trust. You don't know what that means to me.
It's all right. But if you want my help, you have to explain exactly what happened.
The first time it was in Rouen. I saw an officer drink the blood of a soldier. I saw its teeth, saw it bite. It was a vampire, Johnny, and they're here too.
Maxon from Fallout 4. I'm just gonna quickly Google him. Yeah, oh wow, he does look exactly, maybe not exactly like him, but very much like him. Ha! Okay, we get another hint. What's that? You saw a vampire killing a victim.
Tell me what you have discovered about vampires, Clarence.
They've always been here. And if you search for long enough, you realize others know about these devils too. I'm not alone.
I feel like this dude is a vampire though. Like, he's got yellow eyes, and if you look at his eyes, they're extremely red on the sides. I've never seen anyone who's got like such red eyes in the corners there.
Have you shared your research with anybody else?
No. But I've published my leaflets all across the city, hoping that someday someone will realize I'm printing the truth.
What do you mean you're not alone? Who have you met?
The Guard of Prewin, the Brotherhood of St. Paul Stole, Ichabod Throgmorton. Those names always pop up when you dig deep enough.
Have you spoken with any of them?
No. With the quarantine, it's almost
Could
impossible
be a
to
junkie.
leave the West
Could be.
End.
I don't know.
But as a doctor, maybe you could, Johnny.
Are you asking me to help you prove the existence of vampires, Clarence?
Yes, Johnny. Please, gather all the information you can find about vampires and bring it to me. You're the only friend I have left. I need you.
It would destroy this. They're among us. A new investigation. Hey, I can prove you that vampires are real. Okay, just mesmerize you and drink your blood, but you're lucky I'm a good guy.
Clarence, tell me about the vampire you saw in France.
I was enjoying my leave in Rouen. I left the bar, took a shortcut back to the barracks. I saw it in a back alley. An officer in a stained uniform, biting into a soldier's neck.
You only had such red eyes after getting hot metal sparks in them after a few years ago. I only had one of my eyes really red, like more red than he's got, but only because we are playing like the it was in school. We were playing like this indoor hockey thingy with a plastic ball, and unfortunately, one of my friends kind of missed. I mean, he really didn't miss because he hit me in the eye with the ball. It hurt it hurt a lot. I didn't lose my eye though, but it was red for like, oh wow, well, like 2 weeks, maybe more.
Did you ever see that officer again?
No. He wore the uniform of the Royal Warwickshire Regiment. I did some research, but found no trace of him. He probably stole it from a previous victim.
But you were drunk, weren't you? Are you sure these two men were not just kissing?
Please don't insult me, Johnny. I hid, and I saw him leave. Then I saw the body, drained of all blood. I've seen the same marks here in London since I've returned.
Okay, we only have 2 hints, so either we're gonna have to find something, or we're gonna have to
You
observe
need some
them.
rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Or maybe, wait, do you have like, you have a wife, don't you? We can possibly talk to her, and maybe she's gonna give me a hint about him. Oh, I think we can open this door now. Very nice. Very nice. I want to go here next to open that other one. Yeah, now now my eyes started to hurt because I remembered the pain I felt so many years ago. Leylon, Edmond Rostand, Doris Fletcher. No, I wanted to pick up the trash. I don't care about posters. Ah, there she is. Knock, knock.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jonathan, is that you? I did not know you were back in London. Oh, my dear Johnny. I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Can I come in?
Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
Let me... level 4? Okay.
Forgive me. With the epidemic, I tend to forget people are supposed to sleep at night.
I'll tell you what. Come back tomorrow for tea. I'll be glad to see you then.
At least we know she's here. Is this a mirror? What is this supposed to be? Or is this just like a broken texture? I guess it's a somehow broken texture. It seems to be reflective because we see ourselves in the nail slits here in the door. Okay, at least we can unlock this. Wait, did we? Did I not get anything from this? This door seems like we can open it. Wait, can I? Oh, that's probably her house, isn't it? Okay, that's probably why we can't teleport anywhere. Because we should probably get access to her partner first. Yeah, I don't know why, but the game seems to have a lot of like texture bugs. Like with metallic surfaces Also, some textures just don't load in sometimes. I mean, no, I shouldn't say that. I should say they don't fully load in. Hello. Hi, why are you crying?
Good evening, miss. Can I help you? I'm a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I am Karina Billow. I don't need any doctor. The rats. Where are the rats?
Miss, you don't seem well at all. Are you afraid of rats? Has one bitten you?
No, it's me who bites them.
Yum yum.
Tasty, juicy, disgusting rats. I can't stop eating them. Help me, please. Help me to disobey the voice.
Well, she's healthy.
What happened to you?
The rats. The answer hides in their little crunchy bones. Their juicy, tiny brains.
Miss Billow, please, try to concentrate. Why do you worry about rats so much?
The voice in my head. He forces me to do so. Drink their blood, he said. Eat their flesh.
Do you feel compelled to obey that voice, Miss Billow? Even if you're loath to submit to it?
Yes. Please. Help.
Tell me about the voice in your head. Who is it? Can you describe it? Is it someone you know? Someone you met?
Keep your mouth shut, he said. Don't ever speak about me, or I'll abandon you. Help me, please.
I mean, wouldn't you, like, be better off if the voice abandoned you?
Tell me about yourself, Miss Billow. What do you do for a living?
That's
I'm
fine.
hungry. Need to eat. Have you got something for me? Blood, perhaps? Can you give me blood, Dr. Reed?
Don't you remember who you are, miss? What you did for work?
I was strong, proud. I campaigned for good causes. But that was before. Before. It does not matter anymore. I'm so hungry.
So she's probably turning, isn't she?
What is the local news hereabouts, Miss Billow?
Shadows. Shadows hunting shadows. Whispers in the dark.
Aw.
Pestilence. Suffering. Death.
I must go now. Goodbye, Miss Billow.
We really didn't get much. Just one hint for 30 experience points. What's this? Every fit man wanted.